Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is about that time. We hanging with, guess who it is? Mike the Real McCoy.
What's going on, guys?
This can only mean one thing. College football season is here, my friends.
Let's go now. Oh, now. Let's go now. Can't stop us. Let's go now.
Week one of the college football season, and we got a nice little brisk breeze coming in here through the gym. My boy Mike, the trainer that he is, getting ready to train his folks up in here. But it's feeling a little more like fall right now, and that could be perhaps because it's September 26th.
That's right.
It's kind of crazy. I say it's September 26th. As we're recording on game day, it will be September 26th. So a little bit different. The juices are flowing. So I'm going to get some of your take on sort of how this offseason has been. But first and foremost, how excited are you for college football?
With everything going on, it's almost like a peace of mind. It's just like everybody's on one accord now. So I'm excited.
So, how much excitement obviously surrounds football season, but we've been waiting for so long. And now that it's finally here, and knowing if you're a player having gone through all this COVID stuff, this pandemic, everything that we've had to go through these last several months, how important is this season opener for a football team?
It's especially tough for whether you're a new coach or your job is on the line or you're a senior. So it's tough all the way around. I guess for your seniors, I guess they're still anticipating, are they going to have a complete season? Because it's still up in the air. So you didn't get an opportunity to have a spring, really didn't have an opportunity to have a summer that you are used to. So just you make do with what you have. So it's important all the way around because your seniors a lot of them are looking to go to the next level. Some of the guys that I trained last year for Pro Day and Combine, they didn't even get an opportunity. We had to make shift and send videos in because they took a lot of recruiters off the road. So it's tough. It's kind of weird. It's eerie, but it's an exciting time.
And it's interesting on the other side of the football, Alabama playing Missouri on the road in Mizzou. And as of right now, as it stands while we're recording this, they have upwards of 12 players that will not be available because of COVID and or contact tracing. So certainly a storyline to watch there. Now, Alabama, so far, by all accounts and what Nick Saban has said, the team has kept things contained. They're testing every day. So far, so good. So let's get into ball. Let's talk a little ball here. Alabama is going to throw out their starting quarterback. They got the depth chart ready, and without any surprise, your boy, Mac 10. So just the opportunity that he has to go out here. And when you can start a quarterback, and obviously a lot of things going on last year with Tua, he started the last 4 games, knowing that he gets to be the starting quarterback, step up, and it is his game.
I think personally he's going to do what he does. I still think he has a lot to prove. He has some big shoes to fill, but I think he's up for the job. I mean, he has 2 NASCAR, and he got a big stall of horses behind him. So and you have how big is the offensive line you told?
The offensive line averaging 334 pounds.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but when I got security like that backing me, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. So I think it's going to be an exciting season. I think he's going to break some records this year. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so the offensive line, extremely powerful, as you said. I got to give a shout out to my boy, Coach Kyle Flood. He's a Rutgers guy, came from Rutgers, so we share that love together. I went to Rutgers, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. What can I say? But as you said, a plethora of weapons around Mac Jones. And then not to mention, you have the young quarterback and Bryce Young, the blue chip that comes in. Obviously a disadvantage for him not getting to play in the spring, not getting to play in the summer. But when you have a guy like that comes in, you've got to know that that's going to push Mac Jones even harder.
That too, but I think that right there is when you're coming in as a freshman, you want to kind of look up to somebody. Who am I going to? You want to learn the ropes. Mm-hmm. You want to learn the system. I want to earn the team trust. I want to earn their chemistry. When you're a superstar, his caliber, you don't want to be just gifted anything. So I think I don't see any. He's gonna push him now, but just on the same token, I think he still has a lot of things he got to earn on his own.
Yeah, I love the mindset. Okay, we're going to flip this around as we wrap things up. We're going to talk about the defensive side of the football. Obviously, this Alabama defense comes back. A lot of depth, some injuries, some guys cycling in and out. But, you know, the big thing is Pete Golding not making excuses for them. They were marred by injuries. They didn't get the job done last year. This defense, though, I think is going to, well, let me ask you this. Do you think this defense has the potential to get back to Alabama defense? The identity of the Alabama defense under head coach Nick Saban?
As always, you have a young secondary. How many? I think only one starter is coming back. Next man up. You never know what he's going to bring to the game. So, I mean, if you're Alabama, you're there for a reason. So, I think that they're going to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So, Coach Pete, I think he'll do an outstanding job. I think he knows what he's doing. And just like anything, if he don't, you know what that means.
Out the dough. So as we get ready to give our predictions, I think as I ask this final question to you, your biggest question for Alabama this upcoming season would be what?
That's a tough question. The tight ends. That'd be my biggest question. Who is going to be able to take over the mid-level to third-level game for the tight end? Are we going to just have blocking tight ends, or are we going to have a pass like a Irv Smith type, somebody that can spread the field? So I think that's probably the biggest question.
Yep, and my question, going back to the defense, that was an area that really struggled last year. Obviously, the rotation, in talking to Pete Golding in the couple of games that I covered, for ESPN, that was a big part of it is, he said that we just cannot get healthy. And in the history of his coaching career, and even Nick Saban said, I don't think we've ever had a defense that has been this banged up and had this many issues all at one time. And so you got to add to that wrinkle this COVID thing.
Yeah.
And so not only are you dealing with depth for injuries, which is always going to be part of the game, and you got to next man up, but then COVID happens.
Yeah.
They've been doing a good job of containing it, but that can certainly throw a wrinkle into things. I've covered a few games this year. Louisiana Tech last weekend had 40 guys at one time out of the team, so they had to cancel their game against Baylor. We hope that doesn't happen. Like you said, you want to get through a season. You want to get through all 10 games that are on the slate for the SEC. And that brings us to our prediction.
I'm going to say a lot to a little.
A lot to a little. Y'all
40
take that and run with that.
42-10.
42-10. Hey, we're not too far off. I got 45-17. Alabama wins this one running away. I think we're going to see them showcase a lot of their skill set, a lot of their talent on the offensive and defensive side of the football. But like every first game, it's a time for everyone to get out there, kind of kick off the rust, see what they're working with. Then a lot of evaluation will come after that. So I'm pumped for it.
Excited.